back again to some Wargame to some Wargame Airland battle action. It's going to be a 3 versus 3 game on the Our Horse map, I believe, and looks like I'm playing as NATO along with Apex and Hatchfunder, and we'll be playing versus Pact, which would be Izobi, Happy Pug and Master Troop. We'll just fast forward a few things, past a few things. They're looking relatively standard. Everyone's indicating on the map really Master Troop really wants to go all the way to that spawn point. But anyway, yeah, everyone indicating what they want to do. Loads of beacons being launched. The game should hopefully be starting. Thank God for being able to switch over replays. And there we go. Now let's just go over to that. Huh. Okay then, well, this should be interesting. Alrighty. Now let's see. So which thing am I claiming? So I'm claiming Echo and probably other points as well, but we'll see just how things unfold. We've got crap loads of enemy helicopters coming actually, and then we'll even get a nice little close in view of that happening, and we actually do have some initial fights happening in the forest. Motostelskis of Happy Pug as well as the OD-64As engaging crap loads of Remas and Vabs. I think the Motostelskis are outnumbered though, so they'll most likely get destroyed. I'm going to try to hide the HUD. Can we actually see anything happening? I sort of can. The only problem is though this is still in a forest, so transport's getting all destroyed, and yeah, just utter mayhem. But since I can't really see much of what's happening there, let's just maybe get the hell out of there. And okay, these guys are pretty much in the forest as well, and yeah, there we go, seeing some pretty heavy combat there. 4 Motostelskis coming in, as well as the OD-64A with their KPVTs. Should be enough against these Remas, but we do have a Puma 330H coming in, as well, a random aircraft coming in. I didn't even notice that. Just get a nice little close view of this thing. There we go. And it's going to drop a bit of napalm. Unfortunately, it will get shot down, but not before it drops its payload there. So yeah, good job actually dropping it straight on the Remas, going to completely incinerate them. Well, these ones are going to be incinerated anyway, most likely. These ones should be able to get out of there if Hatchfunder micros his troops out quickly enough, but he should be able to hold on to the forest at the very least. But it looks like the forest in this little city sector or urban sector is going to belong to Izobi. Bizarre name, and Happy Pug as well. So there we go, just happening, see what's happening elsewhere. Looks like I'm being uncontested for Echo, and we do actually have some combat occurring, basically Marines versus Marines, and a couple of helicopters by Master Troops as well. Interesting idea actually coming up with all these helicopters, but the only problem is that they got way too freaking close to stuff they could shoot back at them. They really should have just faded through the building. Anyway, they really should have retreated a little bit further back to get a bit of a better distance, but well. What can you do? Even got a Hornet, all things coming in. Not really sure why actually evacs there. I don't think it was being attacked by any anti-air. It could have actually taken out these T-34s. But then again, given how crappy there are, these US Marines should be able to do the same thing anyway. A couple more aircraft coming for us as well. But yeah, these T-34s, I don't think they really stand a chance. They'll be able to do a bit of damage. They're definitely cheaper than many other tanks. But yeah, as you can see, yeah, they're going to be retreating. Yeah, with good reason actually. I believe these ones are East German models. Yep, looks like it. And you've got to have a level of detail in this game. Something you don't really take too much notice of when you're actually playing it, because you're normally playing from this view to see what the hell is going on. And speaking of what is going on, we do have a couple of Tomcats from Apex, and yeah, we do actually have an initial advantage over our opponents. Charlie, for some reason, has not been captured or secured by our opponents. Not really sure why they did that. It seems that Master Troop is still going to try to come on the offensive there. Interesting move, sending all those helicopters. Might be able to maybe catch these guys unaware, but the thing is, we had helicopters coming in through here before. We do have some anti-air coming in, and these helicopters should not be queued to actually go there either. So, well, what can you do? What can you do indeed? But yeah, it looks like enemies are having a bit more success in Foxtrot, occupying the majority of the area, mostly of infantry. A couple of BMP-3s, bizarre enough, and I even got my Vegan actually dropping cluster bombs, I believe. Yep, cluster bombs, taking out just a couple of APCs, but BMP-3s are not exactly cheap either, so there's that to consider. And a couple more things coming in actually. I wonder how well this thing will do. Okay, not really sure what the hell this thing was aiming at. I think the Hornet will have slightly more success. I'm surprised actually he's using the FA-18A Hornet. The FA-18C Hornet has got fire and forget missiles, while that one does not. But in any case, looks like I'll be playing as Sweden by the looks of it. Yep, the strv blah 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 and all that. Ah, indeed. Great pronunciation, if I do say so myself. Yeah, so I'll be playing Sweden, and my allies, I think I'm mostly playing as... wait a minute, Swore. Okay, that's USA. So I think Apex is playing as USA, and Hatchfunder, I think, is playing as France, it seems. And he's also going to be sending up his own troops up as well. I should have been pushing for a little bit more during this game, actually, now that I think of it. I've pretty much got this whole area secured. I do have some cover to push into as well to go against the Motostrelskis and all that, but oh well, what can you do? Instead we're going to have some Delphins coming in and bombing the shit out of us. Don't think they're really going to drop anything too... yeah, they're just going to really destroy a couple of my cheap transports, but that's about it. And did I actually shoot him down? I don't think I did. Huh, interesting. IKVs even as well, not too shabby indeed. So there we go, finally Master Troop has taken Charlie, but he doesn't have anything to actually hold it with, so as soon as we get something moving onwards, which hopefully we should be, yeah, just get a bit more anti-air coming in just in case. Yeah, hopefully we should be able to just take Charlie, and we still got an advantage anyway. I'm surprised no one has sent any CVs to Foxtrot. I mean, Pact has pretty much got this under control, and there we go, you've got the cheap Drakens with their anti-air rockets coming in. This one going a little bit too far forward into enemy lines is probably going to get destroyed. Whatever, let's just have a look actually. Here we go. Look at that, very fancy aircraft. I think it's basically just a cheap anti-air aircraft, and away he goes. Not too shabby indeed, this guy really should evac. But there we go, the rest of my guys coming in, destroying the helicopters. Very spiffing little Swedish planes indeed. Looks like the command vehicle has either been destroyed. Let's see, I believe that is the wreckage of it right there, actually, behind this other car. So let's see. Yeah, not exactly a very good park job either, so... very naughty of them to try to park like that, but oh well, what can you do? So yes, as you can see, I've got a few vehicles and troops slowly but surely coming up forward, and these IKVs actually will come in handy for taking out Motostrelskis from range, since they have revealed themselves. We'll still have some rocket artillery coming in, but overall our opponents, they should be sending in a CV to Foxtrot. They of course need to be properly securing Charlie. And maybe not going for so many mindless helicopter rushes. That would probably be a good idea as well. I mean, they can work, but up against an opponent who kind of knows what they're doing, they're probably not going to work. And I don't believe it. Nothing was directly in the line of fire. Well, that's another thing to learn as well for opponents. They should be trying to hide their CVs a bit better. I'm pretty sure there's a couple of spaces. Yeah, you can hide them in these medium hedged farmlands, or even behind one of these buildings if they really want to hide it in the urban sector. But wow, actually, I don't know if that was luck or not, but good job by Hatchfunder with his ATGMs taking out that CV. Very coincidental positioning, really, because there's a few obstacles that could have been in the way, but no, thankfully there was not. So there you go. Shabby indeed. I think something else just dropped something, or tried to drop something, but nope, I think the aircraft got taken out. And bam, he's going to die pretty dramatically indeed. Oh god, just gotta love this. And it's a unique Swedish aircraft, the SKB something or other, coming in with its guided HE missiles. A very interesting little aircraft. It's the only aircraft in the game that actually has guided HE missiles, except for the... what do you call it? The Nighthawk. So it's still pretty unique, I guess. And it's much cheaper than Nighthawk as well. So yeah, but I'm going to be sending up a couple of vehicles and troops here and there, but really, there's a building right here for fuck's sake. I should be able to get my troops into there without really getting attacked by anything, as long as I sneak them in through this swamp. Okay, the enemy team being us by the looks of it. But anyway, yeah, as long as I sneak in my troops from this swamp, through this swamp, then I should be able to take this building pretty easily, get a foothold, and continue moving onwards. I mean, this is their freaking spawn, for God's sake. And not to mention, yeah, we should have had more troops taking these other buildings as well. Oh, well, I do have some ATGMs at the very least, a little bit too far back really, but still they're in range to take out the 255s, so there you go. And the IKB 91's still trying to do some damage. They're just cheap throwaway tanks though, basically. Do they even count as tanks, actually? No, that's a different symbol. Well, whatever the hell they are, yeah, they're pretty much cheap throwaways. I mean, they do have nice little heat cannons, not particularly accurate or particularly strong. Even got Stir 1 and 2s coming in, so yeah, generally put a bit of a half-hearted effort by myself, but I suppose I'm keeping the enemy at bay. I should have sent in more reinforcements though to properly deal with them, including ATGMs a little bit further forward, and I should have also resupplied my guys as well. Where the hell is my fucking supply? Okay, there it is. Jesus, when you're taking my time. Okay, they actually do have some supplies coming in. Well, I should have sent in more frigging supplies and more ATGMs in more of a forward-placed position so I can properly aim at these other vehicles. And of course now these frigging Mortostelskis are here to be a general pain in the ass. Okay, apparently the Stir 1 and 2 is actually somehow just barely out of range of... yeah, the Stir 1 and 2 is barely out of range of the Mortostelskis. RPGs, I won't disagree with that, and that aircraft unfortunately did manage to get away, despite the fact that I do have some form of anti-air. I don't have any fancy radar-based anti-air by looks of it, except for the Veek, but I don't have any radar-based SAMs. SKB doing a bit of damage at the very least, and there you have it, a game, set, and a match. Oh, that's right, because I'm using the older version of the game. And that's, well, there you go. Interesting little game. I did a bit of damage, barely suffered any damage in return. A little bit more than Apex, but less than Hatch Funder, I suppose. Yeah, everyone overall doing a pretty good job. Wow, that was only 11 minutes on Arrows. Still a pretty action-packed game, as you can see, stuff being thrown against each other, perhaps a bit haphazardly at different points, but there you go. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you all next time. Welcome back again to some Wargame Airland battle action. And yeah, I'll be bringing you a nice little 4 versus 4 team game on the something or other map, the 3 Mile Islands map. Of course, I should recognise that with these very distinct cooling towers that we have here. So 3 Mile Islands being right there, a whole bunch of bridges leading there, and 2 main flanks basically of only bridges really to connect them, and a bit of a backland area there, although no backland area there though. Interesting. Alright, well, we'll see how this works out. So yeah, we've got myself, Lightman, Hatch Funder, New Lich, and Happy Pug playing as Pact versus NATO, who consists of Riortex, Master Troop, Dekradska, and Dark Storm, and yes, indeed, we'll try to capture everything we can. Oh no, that's actually by NATO opponents who are saying that. Well, in any case, let us just speed things up a little bit. Battle plans have been drawn. Looks like I'll be helping out Delta, be going for Foxtrot, New Lich is going for Golf, and they have it. I got a couple of initial helicopters coming in just to deposit the troops as quickly as possible. Same with NATO as well, so nothing too unexpected there. Not really sure what these MiGs are doing though. One of them getting taken out though by the very advanced anti-aircraft, the Tornado 8v3. And this one's probably going to want to get the hell out of there. He's stunned, but he definitely needs to get out of there. And he's probably going to get shot down by his SAS, actually. Oh, that'd be funny if he does. But nope, he's going to barely get out of there. Incredible. Although, no, if this guy gets the missile off, no, he won't. He disappears, basically. Oh, you gotta love it. Just gotta love it. So we do have a very slight initial advantage, but that could, of course, change at any moment, given it all... We've just started this game, I believe another aircraft departing, same with that Crusader. So yeah, overall I think they did do a bit better in that engagement. Now this is an interesting little manoeuvre by Hatch Funder, something I don't see quite enough of, and yeah, that's well, for good reason usually. But anyway, that's use of the command helicopter. The thing is, they're kind of tricky to use because they can't hide themselves behind, or rather within forests or anything like that, so they have to be out in the open. I believe Hatch Funder was trying to land it... Ouch. Huh. Okay, I believe he was trying to land it inside Juliet there to stop it from acting as a reinforcement zone. Unfortunately, not quite working out, so... Ouch, indeed. But yeah, that was kind of the sort of thing that you'd want to use the command helicopter for. It's just that it's so tricky to use because it has to be deployed in an open stretch of land, and that kind of makes it pretty vulnerable. Especially since cluster bombs will destroy it pretty freaking easily anyway. Well, pretty much anything will destroy it easily. Small arms fire will destroy it. Oh, indeed. Anyway, it looks like we had some flames being dropped, most likely by my ally Happy Pug is also here. I'm securing Foxtrot, and yeah, I think I'm just sending a few guys there just to help fortify it. Not really concentrating too much on that flank. I think I'm trying to do something against Lima instead. We've still got a +1 advantage, bizarrely enough. And we're just continuing to go onwards. Actually, I might be able to get lucky with these tanks, destroy the Fliegerfausts before they get destroyed in turn. Probably not, actually. All these guys are going to be stunned and routing, which kind of sucks. Oh well, can't say I didn't try. A couple more helicopters coming in. Oh no, I think these are the transport helicopters. And funnily enough, I'm actually making a similar mistake to what I saw my opponents making in the previous game, and that was sending in helicopters in way too close, especially in an urban zone like this. Whoopsie long. Now, well, what can you do? We've still got flame tanks and plenty of other things remaining, and yeah, we'll be able to flame the shit out of them. As you can see, loads of flames being deployed by us actually. Fusiliers are melting in the heat, as you can see. In fact, it's kind of hard to see where the hell they are, but they are melting, I can assure you of that. Abrams, for some reason, being brought in pretty close actually. I'll actually be able to get some shots off against it with my T-34s, bizarrely enough. Although they're panics though, which kind of sucks, but so is this Abrams. So will you actually get any shots off, I wonder? I mean, no, actually he's dead already. Well, sucks to be him. Another aircraft coming in and getting destroyed. Not sure by what. Maybe these Avias destroyed it? Not really sure. In any case, evacuating straight over enemy anti-air fire. Not usually a very good idea. Should have microed them just a little bit more. And actually, come to think of these anti-infantry should be deployed for Vortex. What can you do? Hatchfunder, though, doing a pretty damn good job on the left, actually, pressuring Juliet as much as possible, even spotting the SAS team with his little grenade launcher jeep there, I believe. Yep, frag grenades. Although this SAS team is actually lasting a pretty long time now that I think of it, Jesus Christ. But in any case, good job actually continuing to pressure them. Certainly trying to grab them by the throat, as it were. Yeah, trying to do everything we can, and since we do have a foothold into Lima, that actually does mean we can plop down our own command vehicle if we want to, which hopefully we'll be doing at some point. And there was some flare there which I missed, unfortunately. We'll just see what's happening over here actually. Mostly light forces engaging on this, I suppose this will be the eastern flank, although these T-72B1s should be able to help reshape things into our favour, provided that they don't get too close to these ATGMs. Although these guys aren't exactly under any form of cover, they should actually be maybe within this medium hedged farmland at the very least. But what can you do? T-72s at the very least will destroy the AMX-10s, T-64BMs even coming in actually by Newlich. Not bad to finish them off. Now, unfortunately Newlich is going to make a bit of a mistake sending in his T-72B1s without, I believe they're B1s. Kind of hard to tell with that font, but I think it is, yeah, it is B1. Yeah, definitely making a bit of a mistake sending them forward without any proper anti-air, but there we go, he does seem to be realising that, and yep, looks like the ATGMs have been detected. Tunguskas are even going to, oh no, never mind, actually going to go to the Lynxes. So did these guys actually get detected? I thought these tanks shot at the ATGMs, might be my imagination. Well, in any case, there goes the helicopters, which of course just got one more for Dekutska. Got an interesting name indeed. And it might get taken out by the Tunguska anyway, so we'll see what happens. As you can see, very, very slight point advantage to opponents, but really they can change at a moment's notice, and it probably will once we get the command vehicle up to Lima. We do have a nice little foothold, and we do have a couple of anti-air vehicles as well, so we should hopefully be alright. And actually, just having a look at our opponents, they've barely got any defences at all for Lima. In fact, if I knew this beforehand, unfortunately Happy Pug is sacrificing one of his BMPs, or BVP1s, BVP1Ps. Yeah, if we actually knew this beforehand, then definitely would have sent in at least a cluster bomber just to finish this thing off quickly. I believe I was just sending in my own little empty transport there. It's just 1 point anyway, cost. So yeah, I was just sending it in there to see what was out there, and yeah, I was just getting attacked by a couple of Abrams. But wow, this is very light on the defense. Unfortunately, Darkstorm and Vortex have realized that though, and they are going to be sending in their own troops to yeah, just to alleviate the lack of material that they have in Lima. Though it's not going to be enough to save them from command vehicle just coming in of our own, but it'll at least be able to protect it. My god, I can't believe how much of a an opportunity we had here. I mean, just a couple of cluster bombers, well, maybe 3 to be on the safe side. One for this bush or forest, one for this forest, although I'm not really sure if it could cover all of it, and maybe one for this forest, although there's still a couple of places here and there, so Would have been a bit tricky in either case. Oh well, whatever. Looks like my own artillery firing, but in either case, yeah, we definitely did miss an opportunity there. If we were a bit more aggressive, then maybe we could have made something happen. It's just that we would have needed some more sorry, some more ATGMs and of course some recon to spot the tanks and take them out. These Abrams, even though they didn't even have any freaking recon, in fact there's no recon arriving just yet for some reason. Yeah, even though they didn't have any recon, yeah, they still probably would have done a good job taking out stuff that was crossing the bridge, so spotting with the recon would have been pretty essential. Speaking of recon, looks like the AGS is still lurking around, Royal Marines also lurking around for Darkstorm, maybe in case if some infantry try to come in, but doesn't seem to be doing any good because we've got a Hatchfunder coming in with 2 squads of Spetsnaz VMFs, so very good job actually with them. The Soviet bombs, as it were. So will they be able to do a bit of damage, or will they simply spot? I don't know. I really wish I could see movement orders and various other orders like in 0K, but oh well, what can you do? What can you do indeed? So coming up with my own anti-air airplanes. Why haven't we sent a command vehicle here? I've got no freaking idea. Oh well, still trying to attack Hotel though, although... Actually, wait a minute. That is the spawn point right there actually, so... I believe these T-72s, once we get proper recon now, which maybe that would be just enough, but yeah, by the looks of it, yeah, we are covering this spawn point pretty well actually, so anything they try to send in appears to get shot down pretty quickly. Tunguska should be close enough to shoot it as well, but we do have a Fighting Falcon coming in. Actually, wait a minute, that's a really expensive aircraft, isn't it? Oh no, it's not. Okay then. Well, in either case, he's going to drop a couple of bombs, not really do too much damage though. Thankfully, the T-72s, I think, managed to move away out in time, and they're going to get repaired by the Urals anyway. Well, somewhat repaired anyway, more Tunguskas and all that coming in. I dare say some infantry-based recon for New Lick or Happy Park would probably be a better idea. But oh well, what can you do? Instead I'm going to be, yeah, they're just going to continue pushing Hotel slowly but surely. Actually, wait a minute, Hotel... Oh, okay. Okay, to stop stuff from spawning in and getting destroyed. It looks like NATO team have actually abandoned that for the time being. That's what I'm going to be doing. It's kind of hard to tell really. I've got some Commandozis, I've got some... Oh no, actually it's the same troop. Whoops, Commando of Claras. So they're going to try to come in and do a bit of damage. And just looking back on this, okay, well, we'll see how well they go. I don't want to spoil it, but you can probably tell how well it's going to go. Oh, never mind, we actually do have our own command vehicle here, so where is their command vehicle? We must still have one here to so that the point is still neutral, but there it is. Okay then, no problemo. Well, nicely done indeed. Now we just need our own freaking command vehicle here. I don't know why the hell we're taking so long to do that. We could have got a greater advantage if we did it earlier, but oh well, what can you do? Same with Juliet actually. As you can see, these guys, yeah, they're getting hammered a bit, probably by artillery and some other things. Really? Even my own commando's coming in here. Interesting. Yeah, they are getting hammered a bit, but, well, a bit of anti-air, maybe some heavier things like T-64As, that's a good start. Yeah, just to defend, and yeah, we should be able to plant our own command vehicle, and the area would be relatively hard to dislodge. The only problem is, though, not so much for that. Actually, was that my infantry that got taken out? Possibly. Oh well, anyway, yeah, it would be pretty hard to dislodge. The only problem would be that the fact that this area is relatively compact, so would have to worry about getting shelled by artillery those, or napalm I guess. But oh well, what can you do? Finally got a CV being sent there, so here comes mine, perfectamundo, and it's only taken like half an hour for us to do that. Oh indeed. I think the opponent's just lost another point. Okay, yep, Hotel is now completely ours. Not really sure where the command vehicle is. Let's see, okay, it must have been taken out by the ATGM, so it was just too far forward in the forest. Not really sure why it was that far forward in the first place. It should just probably be around here or something like that, but yeah, well, what can you do? Chieftains doing whatever they can against the T-72B1s, but these are very good cannon tanks being sent out by New Lich, and well, actually is getting a bit of damage, but at the same time is well, keeping them alive, is separating the ones that are panicked, bringing in fresh reinforcements. Very nicely done indeed. Definitely more than a match for the Chieftains, although I think maybe ATGMs what might have been a slightly better idea actually, as long as they could keep recon over this area, which is going to be a bit tricky with only air-based recon, because anti-air does have a bit of a reach to say the least. Good job taking out whatever the hell that was. Wait a minute, what the hell? What's that? What the hell was that Roland 2 shooting at? Was that the one thing that was shooting? I'm not entirely sure. Huh, very strange. Well, in any case, a very risky maneuver by Newlich, sending in his free T-64s in without really knowing what the hell is even in this forest. It's actually going to end up paying off for him because there's not really much there at all, but really, if there was infantry or something else like that here, then yeah, these T-64s would have been in trouble. I suppose Newlich was just assuming that because nothing was really firing out of there, that he'd be able to just come in pretty much unopposed, and that's pretty much going to be the case. I definitely do not agree with sending in these T-72B1s though, for God's sake, that's for sure. Yeah, ouch, done a bit of damage there as well, especially since they've all been, well, some of them have been panicked. Sending them in blind, I mean granted they are very good cannon tanks, very good frontal armor and all that, but if there were like a few more infantrymen or something like that in here, then yeah, they would not have been cost effective. They probably would have won the day simply because there's 5 freaking T-72B1s coming in, and they're pretty nifty tanks, as you can see, pretty expensive. But yeah, they definitely would not have been as cost effective. So it did end up working out though, but only because the point was pretty lightly defended actually, which is kind of surprising. Just have a look at this thing. So yeah, pretty good frontal armor, very good top armor actually. Rate of fire is average, and yeah, very good range versus ground. Accuracy could be a bit better, but AP power isn't too shabby though, so there you have it. Just get rid of that now. These Genie decombats unfortunately getting detected. And there we go, finally Lima has been neutralized. Just leaving my command vehicle here, probably an obvious spot. Probably could have left it in the swamp or something. That's interesting that this doesn't count as cover. It's interesting what does and what doesn't in this game. No, neither do these little green bits here. Although that does though. Very strange. Well, whatever. In any case, Lima's neutralized. We're surging ahead in points. Juliet is still under siege, but unfortunately we haven't followed that up with a command vehicle just to neutralize it completely, because they'll have a much easier time reinforcing. Spetsnaz VMFs are sneaking behind though, and Kilo is completely undefended. Not even a recon infantry or just, you know, some throwaway vehicles or something like that just to act as spotters. And this thing I think has been spotted as well by the Spetsnaz VMF. Let's just have a look. Oh no, never mind, it hasn't been spotted just yet. Well, they're going to spot it pretty soon. Not bad. And that's the only air corridor they have for the left flank. They do still have an air corridor on the right though, but still, this is going to be pretty major if we can get rid of Kilo. I mean, granted they can just send in a command vehicle from there to here, but compromising their position like this, definitely going to rattle their nerves a bit, most likely. Especially given that they're already in a bit of a tricky spot. So I think I did try to send in my troops, but unfortunately the attack failed, by the looks of it. Although yeah, by the looks of it, if I actually went around like this, or maybe even like this, I just have to steer clear of the infantry and tanks and all that, so probably around here would have been better. But yeah, if I went around like here, I would have been able to get to the command vehicle pretty easily. Interesting how it doesn't have even just one little vehicle or infantry or some throwaway units, basically just to act as an early spotter, but there we go. More artillery barrages coming in, but yeah, overall we're winning. We did a much better job pushing onwards, and yeah, Spetsnaz VMFs. Unfortunately these guys are going to get found out, but they will take out artillery, which I suppose is almost as good as taking out the command vehicles. If they can actually get a shot off. They've only got 2 RPGs. Well, that was enough to take out 1 artillery unit, and our own artillery took out a command vehicle. Very nicely done indeed. I'm surprised these guys have only got 2 RPGs though. Ouch. Definitely makes them very much a pinpoint unit to say the least. Other Spetsnaz VMFs moving in for the kill though. Not sure what the hell that aircraft was doing that far forward. But yeah, overall not such a shabby little game. A very good use of napalm by us, if I do say so. Good use of sneaky infantry. And I'll just reiterate that I could have been a hell of a lot more aggressive on Lima. The problem is though, you're going to have to come into Lima through a choke point basically to get to the enemy, well, to get further into enemy territories. You have to go through one of these bridges basically. Or maybe, I don't know, use a helicopter to get some infantry to touch down here, just behind the forest. But they can get kind of destroyed pretty easily, so there you have it. These Spetsnaz VMFs are... No, wait a minute. What the hell are these guys doing? They're actually... Wait a minute, are they using the Dragunov, really? They're sniping at this thing? I don't believe it, and they actually seem to be doing some damage. That doesn't make any sense. Yeah, this thing's armored all over. It should be able to resist small arms fire. Okay, that is very strange. I've never... Wow. I didn't even know that they would even attack a vehicle like this. Incredibly, actually destroyed it with a sniper rifle. Now there we go, high-powered Soviet stuff. There we go, Kilos completely belongs to us, and it doesn't look like the enemy team is really doing anything to even try to recapture Kilo or anything like that. Yeah, they definitely needed some better defenses. Just a couple of throwaway infantry or vehicles near command vehicles, even far behind your lines, just in case. And better coverage of mountainous areas. They had Royal Marines, but just a couple more cheap squads would have covered the mountain range just fine. At the very least, alerted the enemy, should I say, to the Spetsnazers trying to come in. They did try, but unfortunately it wasn't quite enough. Fortunately, their push on Lima completely failed. We do have a command vehicle there, and yeah, now I'm pushing on to Mike as well. Looks like coming up with a quick smoke barrage. These guys have still got missiles, and it's funny that I'm actually firing the smoke barrage now, actually, because these guys are completely out of missiles. So actually firing the smoke barrage a bit late, but better late than never. There's not really much defending this point anyway, so... Oh god, this is just going to be great. Yep, so we've got more surrenders happening as well. Flame tank is just going to have a field day of them. Bam. They're continuing to send in reinforcements, and yeah, this point will fall relatively easily. I should have tried to attack it a bit earlier on, but oh well. What can you do? Looks like I won't be doing anything across Lima. Probably will be a bit of a smart idea to go after Mike. I mean, if you have a look... okay, well, you can't really see it there, but I believe that it's worth 2 score points, and Lima's worth 2 score points as well. I suppose Mike, on the other hand, they got a slightly smaller land area to defend, but at the same time, you can attack along a wider front. You're not going to be funneled in along bridges, for example, so... Well, not going to be funneled in as much anyway, given the mountainous terrain. And there goes the commander vehicles. That's pretty much going to seal the deal for him. More T-72s and T-64s coming in. Newlich does have some recon, but really I reckon he should have some vehicle-based recon or infantry-based recon just in case this goes down, because really recon helicopters are not very sturdy, and the stealth is poor, of course. They fly pretty high. It's just that they can die in so many ways before you can even react. So, in either case, we did manage to blast the crap out of them. Yeah, my kill's not exactly that great. Newlich doing loads and loads of damage. But yeah, my kills, actually the lowest out of the entire team. I reckon I did alright supporting, but yeah, as you saw, I could have been much more aggressive and much earlier as well. Hell, I mean, even with Lima, I could have gone with an artillery barrage of smoke, and yeah, then crossed the bridge that away, but there you go. Interesting little game indeed. Went for a bit longer that time. Probably be combining this with the previous video. We'll see what happens. I mean, you'll be seeing the result of whatever I decide to do anyway, so there you go. Interesting little game indeed. So I'll see you all next time.